Alright, back again. Been a minute. Flat out like a lizard drinking, I'll tell you. Anyway, I'll explain a bit more in a minute. We're going to put some Daihatsu back in the Daihatsu. Okay, been flat out with work, but I've still been doing odds and sides and filming it, but it's only little stuff. So this video is sort of going to be a bit of a dump of just all the random stuff I've been doing lately on my vehicles, other people's vehicles, and so on. So we'll take a bit of a walk around on some of the stuff I've done now, and then we'll get into the videos. So 33s on Sarge. Done that because Dad needed the 31s to put on his Rocky, which you'll see in the video in a little bit, to get it registered, because he's got 33s. But the guy blue slipping it didn't want to blue slip it with the 33s on, despite it being legal. Factory tyre size is 31s, you're allowed to go 2 inches over, 33s is it. He said bring it down in stock wheels. So I grabbed my 33s from his. They were my brother's. I only had 4 and he staked 1 through the sidewall. And these are old pattern or BFG all-terrains, and they don't make that foot or sidewall anymore, so it's actually taken a while, it's this one here, to find a replacement, because they're, I don't know, about 10 years old now, something like that. The one annoying issue is the replacement didn't have white writing on the side, and I'm a big fan of white writing on old trucks, so I had to then flip the other 3, because I can't just have one wheel that's on the car that doesn't have the white writing. And I know people have said, oh, you should have just got a paint pen and, you know, painted the fucking letters in, but I didn't get my pen license till I went to high school, so I ain't that fucking steady on the old hand there. So colouring them in, I wasn't real confident in my ability, and then it would have no doubt washed off. So whatever, just flip the tyres, go black. Anyway, so that's Sarge with the 33s on for now. Looks pretty fat. Would have liked to have a white writing, but hey, that's another thing. Anyway, and underneath here is all back together. Extractors are on. I don't know if you can actually see that. Extractors are on and done, heat wrapped, flanged, so they're V-banded, V-band, 2.5 inch V-band on the end. There's the other, going to be the other end of it, into a flex joint, and then it'll be 2 inch pipe back. So that's on, back together. All the belly pans are in as well. I might have to get a torch here. There's a belly pan there, big belly pan all the way down the bottom there. That's on. What else? Rebuilt the brakes all round, so cleaned up the discs on the front, rebuilt the calipers, new pads, and then rebuilt the wheel cylinders, new shoes in the rear. Yep, big job. And then because I went discs, I fitted the F20 brake booster that I tried to fit a few videos ago. Now what you do have to do is you got to get it off an F20, obviously, an early one. But what you need is this adapter. So that adapts the bolt pattern of the brake booster to the bolt pattern of the firewall, so it bolts in. And I didn't have that, so I grabbed one out of a parts truck I got. The booster diaphragm was dead, so I just used that for the adapter and the push rod, and then used the booster that I had. And then the same master cylinder of that. You then got to run the longer lines, as you can see. That's out of F20. This is the F10's one. I was able to, there's enough slack in the line. They put like a pigtail, 3 or 4 coils down the bottom to take a bit of movement out of the brake lines with the body going to the suspension, to the chassis. So I just pulled 2 curls out of the pigtail, straightened it out, she was good to go. So the brakes are done in that, extractors are on. It's all boxed up. Got to put a fan belt on it, but the fan was hitting the shroud. But I didn't have the fan bolted in, I just forgot to fucking do it. So the fan's bolted in there now, it's all good, doesn't hit the shroud anymore. The auto pan gasket is weeping, so I'll sort that out. So yeah, we go on with the little, oh, pardon me, we'll go on with the little snippets of videos now of odds and sods, I guess. Yeah. Why not? We're going to Ultimate Rock Challenge, URC. It was URS, and before that it was We Rock, I think. I changed the names a bunch of times. Anyway, we're at Central West 4x4 Park. Just sort of waiting to get in, because unfortunately the road's a bit washed out. So we've got this, I don't know if you can see up there, there's a GQ MIDI chopped winch truck there, and then there's an MP550 that just got stuck. He's winching that out. It's pretty boggy at the moment, so we'll catch up with yous when we're at the pits. There'll be, I think it's 4 cars that I know that are here. I'm with Team Shake and Bake, Tamara and Paul, in their Zook based buggy. Also, Danny's here in her CJ5 based Jeep. Ratcliffe's here with his World War II Jeep, and Brock's here with his Rock Lizard. That's a Zook as well. So yeah, I'll probably be picking on for 4 cars. Anyway, we'll get through this mud obstacle in the work Hilux, so that's going to suck. And we'll catch up in the pits after the intro. Fuck. Oh yeah. Check this bug out. Just a standard old bug. What's that in there? It's a fucking rotary. Leaving the comp. Had an empty ute. Got recruited in pulling a fucking shit house with me. Fucking work ute. Oh, she'd be right. It's not leaking yet. Yet is the word. I don't know if you can see that angle we're on. It's gonna get rowdy.
I'm sorry, but when the Suicide Boys said blah dip 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 dip, get the fuck away from me! I hate I love you faithfully.
Allow me to demonstrate the skill of Shaolin.
Let's start it like this. Seeing as Sarge is running, can't knock at the obligatory spool video. God damn, this thing smells like a son of a bitch. Well, that shortcut's turned into a fucking long cut. Didn't think it was going to be this slippery, and now the highway's fucking clear over there, so I should have just fucking stayed on the highway. Fuck! Can't. Oh. Fuck yeah. OG wire clamps. Brand new. Brand new for that original vibe. Nice. Alright. More Daihatsu time. We're in the shed. Shed's a fucking mess. But that is a 2.8 litre Daihatsu scat motor. DL41 they call it. You can tell it's a scat because it has an inline pump instead of a rotary. Interestingly enough, it has a water cooler on the oil filter housing, which is normally Rocky only. So, a bit funny. Anyway, there's a donor block off me mate. Unfortunately, it was left without glow plugs or injectors in it, so the sleeves and pistons are gone. But all I need is the crank, rods, cam buckets and push rods out of this one to rebuild another 2. They both come out of my brother's F65 scat. Oil starvation issues. One was a stupid mistake, and the other, the oil pressure switch failed and pumped all the oil all over the ground. So one of them wasn't really his fault. The other one definitely was. He left the sump plug out and then run it. But hey, that's all right. I've got enough parts here to put them back together, so that's good. Now's a better time as any. Fuck, boys. I don't think that's no 16TC. What do you reckon, eh? Some fucking premium grade Chinesium rod right there. A lot of flux on it for some reason. Another TAFE. Another wander around the automotive shop car park. Got some weird stuff. Like a stretched Daihatsu Applause. And a soft top fucking Lancer. Fucking hell. That thing's pretty rad though. Check that rig out. But I'd have that right now. Give it to me. Like they got some gear here. Well, at young TAFE, this rig has been here for 20 years apparently. Come out of a wrecking yard. It's got a lot of Ks on it. It's got 300 odd 1,000 Ks on the cut. Straight as a die-ish, except for that little ripple in the fucking bonnet there. The ding in the corner. Khaki green, so it's an 81. Cab's not rusted out. Still got the seats in it. The bench bucket. This one's fucked. Gauge is punched out of it. But everything else is solid. Interior lights still in it. Roof's not caved in. Some fucking idiot put a CB antenna in it, which is good. Yeah, it's actually a really, really solid truck. Shame it's still going to be at TAFE, getting fucking destroyed. And they obviously lost the fuel tank fucking straps because they're chain. Still got the factory exhaust on it. They've gone away from the under seat battery to this mess. Yeah, not bad. They don't want to sell it, already asked. Adam and Jimmy's Hilux with a brand new clutch, carbon disc. Big booty Judy right behind him. Gotta love that carbon button. Gonna be working on my dad's 94 Rocky. Got an engine swap on it a while ago. Needs an exhaust put on it. It's a little before and after. Sounds dramatic, right? Whistle's pretty good. Anyway, 2.5 inch, stainless straight through. Got the flange cut off the original exhaust. These use a donut gasket, so that flange sleeves up to the bottom of the nut pipe. So, weld that out, start stick building this exhaust, see what it sounds like again. Alright, bit's been going on, wheel off, got the dumpy knocked out, going to a 90 down there, straight back, it's just going to be 2.5 inch straight through. Got a nice turn down tip cut out, and then that's over the diff. So it goes on from the straight, up over the diff. There's going to be another 300mm on that, and then the turn down. Sweet. We just had to put a slash cut in that because the old muffler stepped around the upper control arms. So I'm coming straight this way, and it used to go up and around the upper control arms. I'm going in between the control arm and the diff, so I had to put a 15-degree pie cut in there, but we're good. We'll get it done. Get it, mate. Sounds pretty sick. Nice bit of whistle on idle. Chug-a-lug-a-lug. Just need to do the tappets now. She's a bit rattly up here. Common Daihatsu issue. That's all right. What a rig. Let's see what it sounds like with the new extractors on. We'll see. We'll see. Ignition on. It's on, isn't it? There's some red lights on the dash. I'm going to say that's on. Already jerry rigged up a bit of bodgy wiring. Let's see if she starts. Okay. You motherfucker. Oh, I guess my jumper's falling off. There's two giant back legs. I forgot about them. Okay, we'll get it running with plugs with your thumbs. Brake clean down the front. Just enough to start the fire. Let's see if I can bung that off and we'll get you underneath to see if it blows flames out. She is running with my new extractors on. Behind the hodgepodge wiring, she's pretty fucking rowdy, I'll tell you. Loud as a son bitch too. One step closer. All right. I know she's a bit of a hodgepodge vid, this one. Had to put something out, it's been quite some time. Had a fair bit on, as you can sort of see. There's more that wasn't filmed and some that is filmed that I can't get film of. So yeah, that's fun. There was also 4 drive comps in that mixed in the middle there at Hill End. So that was fun. There's another 4 drive comp coming up. So yeah, busy as usual. So pretty fat that the F10 runs. Sounds sick with my headers. Might have to go into business to building extractors, but hey, that's alright. That could be the future. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but they come out pretty good. Pretty good. I'm happy with them. Anyway, as you can see, the shed's a bloody mess. There is shit everywhere in here. That's the spare parts block. It's all stripped. Crank cam out to get lineage to go in. 2 different engine blocks there in a trailer at the front of the, down the side of my house that I've got to get here. I've also got Hilux chassis that I've got to get the diffs out of, and then the chassis goes away. That's chassis and springs are going to a mate. I'm keeping the diffs for Sarge for possible upgrades in the future. Yeah, we've got a bit on. Anyway, hopefully next time we'll do a bit more on one of the trucks, and hopefully the videos aren't so far apart. The middle of the year is normally pretty busy for me, and then so's the beginning, and the end's a little bit busy too, so we'll just try and make it work, I suppose. Anyway, keep your rubber side down. We'll catch you on the next one.